Elsie and I bought this home right behind me here 42 years ago for $19,000. It's the same home I raised my family in. Same place I would sit with Elsie at the kitchen table on a Friday night at the end of the work week and figure out which bills to pay and whether we could afford a family vacation or a luxury item like a TV. Many times you would have to save up for those things, like you. You know, when we moved here, I remember someone saying to me, and I want you to listen very carefully to this, please. You don't want to live here. This neighborhood is changing. I knew what they meant, and you know what they meant. So I told the person who said that to me, I know it's changing. That's why I want to live here. Because I wanted to raise my family in a place just like this. I've never forgotten my roots. They define me as a person. That's who I am. And they define who I am as an elected official as well. I was born and was raised just a hop, skip, and a jump from here, Vera. My parents only had a grammar school education, but they were among the smartest people I ever met in my life. My mom stayed at home. My dad worked for the railroad, 47 years. Had a second job working the docks. You know what that means, Eddie. Most of the time, we didn't get home. He didn't get home until 10 o'clock. That's when he ate. His hustle and work ethic lives on in me. I was the first in my family to graduate high school, to go to college, to go to grad school, to have that opportunity. Service to our country was important to me. So I enlisted in the U.S. Army, did active and reserve duty. I went on to teach history in Bergen County and at Fairleigh Dickinson University. Teaching was one of the best jobs I ever had. And I am proud of teachers all over America. To this day, I'm honored whenever I run into one of my former students who enjoyed taking one of my classes, hearing about the positive impression it left on their life. I've often kept in touch with them because the experience meant so much to me personally. I was elected to public office when I was 50 years of age. I took on the establishment, and as you remember, in the mayor's race, I got more votes than all of my opponents put together. Putting government back in the hands of those who worked hard every day and weren't getting enough in return from City Hall, the taxpayers. Holding office has never been about climbing up the political ladder, but a way for me to help my community that meant so much to me. And that's what public office should be. In 1996, I took on one of Newt Gingrich's lieutenants in their contract on America. And I won a seat in the Congress, where I devoted my energies to fighting for working class people and America's disappearing middle class. And when I got to Washington, I brought a little bit of that Passaic County attitude and have never, ever let go, and I never will. You might call me old-fashioned, but I have so much respect for people who go out every day, work quietly, work hard at our jobs, their jobs, put bread on the table for their families that they're devoted to. And while the faces and the nationalities may change in time, in public life, my respect for them, especially for the people who work on their feet, has grown even stronger. Those are the ones I'm fighting for, Chairman Curry, and I know that's who you're fighting for as well. When I wake up every morning, I worry about ordinary folks who'll have to decide between paying a college tuition bill for their kid or a mortgage payment on their house. And those are decisions that are being made day in and day out by ordinary people. Oftentimes, middle-class people make too much to qualify for financial aid, but too little to get a second mortgage on their home. There's something fundamentally wrong with that. Do you agree with me? Yes. Something fundamentally wrong. America should be the land of opportunity, not just for the elite few who get the greatest tax breaks, but for those who are stuck in the middle, who work harder than ever to stay afloat and save, but wind up living paycheck to paycheck. Hear me. I think about the waitress I met at a diner not too long ago. Works 3 jobs while her husband works 2. Thank God her mom, who couldn't afford her property tax bill and now lives in their home because the waitress and her husband can't afford child care for their 2 young kids. This is too common. People who are underemployed, the wheels are turning, but the car ain't moving. When I think about the raging debate on health care reform, I think about when my oldest son was 16, Billy, and our priest issued him the last rites because of a sudden illness. I can't even begin to imagine what our life would have been like if we didn't have the most basic health insurance back then. That's why I'm proud to have played a key role in writing parts of the President's health care reform plan into law so people wouldn't be denied coverage because of a pre-existing condition, or so people wouldn't have to declare personal bankruptcy to get care their family rightfully deserves when they truly need it. My friends, this campaign is about the future of all of us, future of the greatest country in the world. We should do everything in our power, and that is why I want this state that is affordable to make it affordable for families, so our kids and our grandkids don't move away to more affordable states like Delaware or Carolina or Florida. New Jersey's my home, and I'm Jersey proud. We should do everything in our power to not only protect people from being taxed out of their houses, but to make sure that our children and our grandchildren go to college here in New Jersey, buy or rent here in New Jersey, and contribute back to our economy here in our beloved state of New Jersey. I'm fighting to protect the property tax deduction on our federal income taxes. Just imagine if that goes away, what that will do to our state and many others. That's why I support efforts to provide a permanent property tax credit for New Jersey's middle class, not another giveaway to the state's 16,000 wealthiest residents at the expense of 8.8 million other New Jerseyans. No, no, no to that. Yes for property tax relief. Now more than ever, America's middle class is under the gun from the Tea Party Republicans in Washington. They want to dismantle Medicare as we know it. And they want to privatize Social Security, risking it on the volatile stock market. As a member of the committee that oversees Medicare and Social Security, I fight every day and want to continue to fight every day to protect those vital programs from the radical right of this country. We need to protect both of them. These extremists have no problem whatsoever with continuing to dole out tax breaks for America's multimillionaires and billionaires, while everyone else gets the short end of the stick. They will do anything and everything they can to stop President Obama from continuing to turn our country around. But you and I have the president's back and the country's best interests at heart. We will not let the radical extremists win, not now, not ever. Make no mistake about it. In this race, I'm going to be the #1 fighter for New Jersey's middle class. I've received more endorsements from organized labor than any other candidate in this race, from police officers, from teachers, firefighters, the building trades, and numerous leaders in our richly diverse communities. The contrast between me and my opponent could not be more stark. We don't need more spectators and armchair quarterbacks in Congress who take the easy way out to save their political career or focus on the next job they want to run for. That's why when we have major legislative battles for the future of America, you won't find me on the sidelines or on the couch with the clicker. Just the front line with a seat at the table. That's who I am. I make no apologies for being a 100% Jersey fighter. It is ingrained in me. As a kid from Patterson, I didn't start fights, but let me be very crystal clear to you. You know my reputation. I certainly know how to end a fight. This is who I am. This fight has only just begun. I want you to please check your Facebooks, your Twitter pages. You know I do that, sure. I want you to visit PascrellForCongress.com for the latest updates on our fight for New Jersey's middle class. I thank you for your consideration. I'm proud of where I was brought up. I'm proud of where I brought up my children. My wife and I are proud to be Pattersonians all the way through. I hope when you're considering and after you consider, you'll please vote for the Pascrell Democratic team on Tuesday, June the 5th. God bless you and God bless America. Thank you. Thank you.